What's up, shitheads? Welcome into Same Shit, Different Toilet. Listen up, we got a lot for you guys today. The FOB is this week, and it's basketball movies, of course, in light of the NBA Finals. Running a little short, but we're bringing it to you anyway. You told us your top four, and now it's our turn to pick a winner. We all play basketball to various degrees in life. It holds a special place in all of our hearts, so we want to spend some time reminiscing about being on the court, sharing the friendships we had, and what it still means to us today.
They're playing basketball. We love that basketball. They're playing basketball.
So, you know me, trying to be a Zen Master. We're talking about basketball, so you knew I was going to bring up Phil Jackson. And we thought for some P3 moments this week, rather than just giving you guys one, we're going to bring the positivity to you a couple times. We're going to start out with the most we can hope for is to create the best possible conditions for success, then let go of the outcome. The ride is a lot more fun that way. And that's him telling you, practice, but when it's time to go, just enjoy it. You did your practice. Just have a good time. Start the show. Start the game. Start living your life again.
In the now.
Yeah.
Because you can't live in the future and you can't live in the past. That's the hardest thing, and that's what most people do.
That's right. You got to enjoy the ride no matter what the outcome is. It will spin your life in a positive way if you look at it in a positive way.
That's a good point, my friend.
Hashtag ZenFresh.
There you go. So speaking of the past, speaking of the future, it looks like the Warriors are the past, present, and future of the NBA.
Oh, God. I'm so sick of this story.
Well, haven't they been, what is this, 3 in a row?
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
The Cavs stole the one.
Has it
Dude,
been against
LeBron-
the Cavs every time?
LeBron
That's
stole
crazy.
the one.
Yeah.
He was the...
Well, no, I think Kyrie, this is, if Kyrie's not there,
Kyrie? I'm not
Kyrie
gonna
had a
forget
big
Kyrie.
series.
That's
So
right.
that's, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what LeBron's going to do now. I personally think he can't leave the East. So if he leaves the Cavs, he only goes to Philly. So I don't think he's going to go to the Rockets. I think he wants to make it to the finals every year, and then he's not guaranteed it. But if he stays in the East, he's damn near guaranteed to do it for a couple more years, right? Look at how young Philly was.
Yeah. Look
He
at how
needs those-
shitty his team was this
Yeah.
year. It's like he...
They couldn't defend the wings. Philly, I think, would be better.
They
I don't know.
rode the coattails of LeBron quite a bit this year.
Why do you
And
say he won't leave the East?
Because it almost guarantees him a trip to the finals. The West is just too strong.
I thought there was talk about him going to the Lakers.
Oh, no, there's talk about it. There's always going to be talk about it because the Lakers have been setting it up so they have the money, and it's L.A., and they think they can lure him and Paul George.
yeah.
But they
But
still
you're
won't beat the
still
Warriors.
in the West, yeah.
Oh, now you're in the same fucking division.
Yeah,
You
you're
have
playing
to
them 4
play
times,
them.
yeah.
A whole bunch of times.
They're like, we don't want Western Conference Championship. We want the finals.
Yeah.
I see.
So we'll see. But
I think he stays.
as far as this finals went, I mean, I don't know. I know that it was rubbing you the wrong way, Mr. DuffMan, but I thought, like, at the end of Game 1 was the only time there was any good action in this series when Tristan Thompson got up in Green's face, and I was on the side of booting Tristan Thompson. Doing that, but I thought he should have got suspended by the letter of the law if it had been a regular
that when he
season
pushed
game.
the ball in the
yeah,
head?
I think they would have suspended him.
I thought he was. I thought that was going to be the
I
consequence.
couldn't
That
believe it
didn't happen.
wasn't. I like that Green
But
gaps.
because Green was being a bitch,
But
though.
he's
Such
like
a punk.
it.
dude.
No,
He's
okay.
such a punk.
I like it too, to a degree. What was that fucking shaky arm shit he was doing in the crowd? And he was throwing up the hands to the crowd like in inappropriate times.
Right.
The football player scores the touchdown, you do the fucking spike. The
So
wrestler
you're-
does the sack, you do the fucking suck it nut check. Like whatever.
You hate it when a guy makes a tackle on a 2-yard gain in a game they're losing by 30 points, right? You're like, what are you celebrating about, man? Get back out there and make another play.
Right. Not even-
I can see
It
that
was
you think he celebrates
excess.
too much.
It was excess.
They're
And
having fun. They're kicking everybody's ass. I'm sick and tired of people hating on
it
Kevin
was
Durant
game
for it
one,
too,
though.
by the way.
I love Kevin Durant. I think he handles it way more better. And
Fucking cupcake.
what do you call him, cupcake? Because of the red velvets?
No, because he's fucking...
Because the Aunt Pearls?
If you can't beat him, join him,
See,
guess.
I don't... I
What?
just-
What do you mean?
that's not fair to him. If the Warriors... Because the Warriors built their roster. They didn't buy it. Then they added Durant. If he goes to any other team besides
You're
Golden
right.
State,
No, I'm
you
saying
don't have a
you're
problem
right.
with
No,
it,
they
though.
did build their roster, and they're in a spot where they could afford to pay
Yeah.
him to come there.
That's just
because
good
of
on
Steph
them.
Curry's like
What was that?
still in a fucking getting paid mincemeat apparently.
Oh, yeah. He's not even anywhere near... That's going to change, but...
Oh yeah, and then they're not. What are they gonna do?
You can't fault their GM for being brilliant and drafting as well as
No,
they did.
hey, good for him, man. Good for him.
That's how you
It's-
hope.
I know it
anybody's draft
does
works
feel
out.
a little dirty, but he doesn't. He gets more hate than LeBron does when he went to Miami, and then he brought somebody
Was
with
it the
him.
same? Was it the same?
It's worse to me. He brought somebody with him. They completely tried to bite. The Warriors did smart basketball moves. They let go. Remember when people thought they would let Stephen Curry go? And
I'm not
keep,
even
Monte
arguing.
Ellis?
I'm talking about the fact that they almost had him,
Yeah.
right? They were up 3-1. 3-1. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, which is a name I bet you can't say 5 times fast.
What do you mean one? What are you talking about? 3-1.
They,
A couple years ago.
A couple years ago,
And
in the
then-
Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
the Thunder with Kevin Durant were up 3-1 on the Warriors.
And the Warriors stormed back and won.
Storm back 3 games in a row and won.
Shit happened.
So then he immediately joins the Warriors.
And
That's
then he
where everybody
immediately
hates
joins the
on him.
Warriors.
But if they
The
had
very next year.
do you think it was his choice?
Absolutely, it was his choice. He could have signed with any fucking team he wanted to.
Exactly. So it was his choice after they offered. They
Yeah.
have to offer you the job. You
I
can't
get
fault
it,
the guy
dude.
for
I
accepting
get it.
the
If
job.
the best company in town wants your services
Yeah.
at what you do, you're gonna go to that fucking. I get it. It's just fucked up.
I
I
love
guess.
my KDs.
Did he win
One of
MVP?
my favorite
I didn't
shoes.
even check.
Yeah.
It was so boring.
Yeah, he won
All
the
the
MVP.
excitement was at the end of the first freaking.
Well, game 3, he
Game.
was the one that did everything. Like everybody else was cold, right? Wasn't he the one that
Yeah,
carried?
Oh no,
Gary
KD.
was
Yeah,
cold.
no, I'm saying
Yeah.
there wasn't much excitement in the series after Game 1.
Well,
Yeah,
so we got
so-
back from the parks.
Especially
it was
4.
like it was a long day or whatever. We're up in our hotel room, and I wanted to crash. I wanted to go to bed. I wanted to crash after the amusement parks. We went back up to the hotel room, and I wanted to crash because it was late and stuff. I'm trying to give you stuff here. I'm trying to give you better audio. So we were at the parks all day when I was on vacation, and we got back to the room, and it was late, and I was tired, and I had swamp ass, and I wanted to crash. So I'm laying in bed, and it was cool because we had 2 queen beds, and I was like, I'm just going to take this bed. Mac and Mommy had the other bed. And I hear them cheering downstairs, and I'm like, oh, the finals is on. And I was like, I'm already like pot committed to this bed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going
You didn't
anywhere.
have a big enough horse in a race, though, right? I mean, you're not like you're a huge.
I'm not.
Warriors
It's not like it
fan.
was the
Yeah.
Yankees in the World Series.
Exactly.
'Cause-
Then you would have drug your ass out of bed.
Oh, there would have been the whole night would have been different.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't really care. I'm very casual basketball, and that's what I was saying. I remember how much I love basketball now. But so I turn it on, and I catch the end, and I'm like, holy shit, it was kind of close. First game went to OT.
Right.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
shit started to get weird, and that's when I started to notice Green being a bitch, and I was like, what is this antagonizing? This is very unsportsmanlike. I was like, what is going
but
on?
Talking shit's part of it. We're going to get to this in the FOB because it's
No, I
a
feel
big
you.
part of one of the movies in the FOB, right?
Well, they say that's half of the reason why Michael Jordan was so good, because he was also a head fuck.
Oh, you get in your
He was a
head,
mind
yeah.
game for sure, and he would fuck you up. I get it, but he just struck me as a bitch with that hand pumping shit in
Yeah.
an inappropriate time. So, and you do that all game, and then finally someone's like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
And like checks the ball lightly into your shit. You earned that. You made that bed, lay in it. And I feel like if more people were afraid of or had a reasonable reason to get punched in the fucking face,
mouth. Yeah. Oh,
people
yeah.
wouldn't act like bitches as
Oh, no,
much.
that's true.
There's too much of
way
a good
true.
thing, and the same thing applies to law. And if everybody's being protected by like, oh, neener,
Yeah.
you can't hit me.
In hockey, they kind of get rid of that. Though.
That's why I think they should have fights in the fucking basketball. I think they should allow fights in all aspects. It's a mutual combat law.
No, I
a
gotcha.
stand your ground law.
One of my favorite things I've ever seen that I will never forget is Doug Christie giving the uppercut to Rick Fox.
Dude, one
fucking
of-
A.
Oh,
That was one of the
that was a
best
good
moments ever. That was in a preseason fucking game. Doug just
was
came up
it?
and said, "Bah!"
Yeah, it was. It was like the last preseason
It was
game. Yeah.
preseason?
Uh-huh.
It was a
that was
preseason
great.
Oh, I
yeah.
seem to remember it as being like a playoff or something.
No.
It was right
No,
after those
It was
playoffs.
right after one of those nasty ones. Yeah, it was.
right after the playoffs.
It'd
where he
been
got
building for
fucking-
years, and he
yeah.
socked him in the John. Speaking of the Lakers,
Yeah, speaking of the Lakers, we got another quote from the Zen Master himself, Phil Jackson. No one plays this game, or any game, perfectly. It's the guy who recovers from his mistakes who wins.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
I think it's a great one. I think this is something that we dabble on. Just while we're doing this, hey, it's like you teach a kid in baseball, you can teach them in basketball. You make a mistake, don't dwell on it.
Right.
It's not even
Right.
sports.
Just
it's
go.
at work. It's at
Anything.
school. It's in life.
faster
it's
you let
how
it
you
go.
talk to your mom.
Yeah.
Like, you can apply that rule, which has been applied to basketball here, to anything in life. And it's super cool because, like I was talking about earlier, I think it was off record, but I was talking about how the lady at the coffee shop was a B this weekend. And it fucked me up, and we had a weird interaction. And back in the day, that literally could have fucked me up a whole day.
Progress.
And then I got to half a day, and now I was able to just vent it to positively positive.
The P4.
Did we just P4?
We just P4.
See, I say that shit like butter. The second we had a fourth P, I'm fucking out of here. But no, it's get fucking back up on that horse and start riding and shake it the fuck off, and don't let that negative experience make you. Break the negative experience. Don't let it break you.
In a world where people have nothing better to do than make lists about movies and sports and such, and then bitch about them on the internet.
What the fuck is the internet?
Where the average commute is far longer than it should be because people can't drive worth a shit and shouldn't even have a license in the first place.
Eat a dick.
Hey, fuck you, buddy!
We bring you the ultimate, end-all be-all, most time-wasting interactive internet list-arguing debate tournament of champions in podcast history.
No fucking way Braveheart's better than Frozen.
Are you fucking kidding me?
This is the Flush Out Brackets.
You're talking about a film and a movie right here. Yeah.
This week, we bring to you the most slam dunkinest, ball stuffinest.
I gotta go, Mama.
What?
Hey, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me right now. I thought you guys asked me to come over again tonight. I don't know who the new guy is.
I thought I was the voice actor.
You wearing a wire?
Are you wearing a wire?
I don't know. Hey,
Who the fuck is this movie?
I just won a bunch of money on this finals, and the boys asked me to come by. I want to share the wealth. I brought some weed for DuffMan.
What?
Wait, Duff, what do you think?
What the fuck is happening right now? Why are these two weirdos in the garage?
I don't
Orange,
know.
you know some weird motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You getting to the point where you almost need to move.
We said we wanted to have a variety on the show. I took it seriously.
I think we need to step up our interview game, man, because the guests...
Hey, hold on a second. Stop the music. Stop the show.
We're taping here.
Yeah, well, this is my show tonight, buddy. The boys invited me over.
What the fuck?
Sorry you didn't get the memo. Maybe you should upgrade to an iPhone. I don't know. Yeah, sorry, man. Tonight's my show. Freshie, let's hit it, buddy. Welcome in tonight. This week's FOB basketball movies. That's right. They brought me in, your boy Crapper. I won a lot of money on this game with the round ball over the years. I'm familiar with all of these films. They asked me to come in, so we're going to bring it to you guys tonight the right way. I'll tell you what, here's where we're going to start. In my opinion, best basketball movie out there, but my opinion doesn't matter for much. White Men Can't Jump.
See, the thing is, you guys look at me, you see the backwards hat, the gray socks, the funky outfit, and you say, now this guy's a chump, am I right?
No, fucking geek.
A fucking geek, exactly,
Like
all right? But what you don't realize is that it ain't easy. It is hard goddamn work making something this pretty look like a chump or a geek. So I must be doing it for a reason.
Well, you got me convinced, whatever the reason may be.
Fact is, I missed this shot, I walk away, I'm still a chump.
You go ahead and walk away.
But you miss, and you've been beat, well, not once, but twice by a slow, white, geeky chump.
You boys know my love of 90s hip-hop and rap, so you know I love this next movie, Tupac, on the big screen, Above the Rim.
You had some balls, you played me for some real life bumps. Bumps? Ain't that some shit our grandfathers played for? Man, why don't you take your ass back over there on the bench before we tie you up and brush your teeth? You a pussy without the hair. Boy, I'll kiss you in your hot mouth.
Yo, man, me and Flip gonna play in private. All right, bet. First basket wins. Loser get crazy hard Spalding written on your ass bumps. Is it a bet?
It don't make no difference to me, man.
Is it a bet?
Don't make no difference to me, man.
Take the ball out.
Woo, I got an attitude. Don't...
Miss him, huh?
Who?
All of them
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Bernie Mac, dude.
Yeah.
Tupac
for sure.
was in that.
I forgot about Bernie Mac for a minute.
Huh?
I kept thinking about Tupac.
Was
Right?
Above the Rim the soundtrack that had Regulators on it too?
Yes, originally.
Right?
Yeah, originally Regulators.
What a
was
big song
That was
that
a
was,
fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah, it was a good
But
one.
this doesn't get voted on by the soundtrack.
It's true.
Yeah,
White-
Unfortunately.
Well, I'm thinking, I'm like all thinking about how I can justify swinging my vote all of a sudden.
I mean,
Well, you
Above
hit
the Rim's
you're Johnny Come Lately to the White Man Can't Jump, right? You just watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
What was your impression, my friend?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
So I had seen it. I had seen parts, etc., like on the cable or whatever, but also too young to understand it. I remember it being one, and I was thinking about it as I was watching it. I was like, oh yeah, this is one of those ones I tried to watch with Dad, and he like didn't let me watch. And I'm like, now I know why, because all that shit talking and just all the street talk. Ironically, all the stuff he tried to keep me away from is everything I do and love now. But yeah, I dug it. It pissed me the fuck off, though, how stupid people can be in movies. And I know it's exaggerated for dramatic effect, but I also feel like there's people that still do shit like that. These people are hustling basketball courts for their job. This is how they're making money.
right?
They win the big one. And they bet him... Like, why would you bet $2,500 in 1992 knowing that that's a hell of a lot more money back then than it is now that you could dunk a basketball knowing full well you couldn't dunk a basketball?
That was the completion of his character arc. Well, I guess not the completion, but that was his downfall, right? That his addiction. Everyone's got one.
Just the gambling addiction, the betting.
The having to be right, getting caught up in the moment and not being able to zen out.
The
and
stupid
take a minute.
testosterone.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you have to argue and you have to...
That was Billy Hoyle.
Even
That
if
was
you're
who he
wrong.
was.
My dick's bigger than yours.
Yeah, whip it out. Let's measure it. What's the temperature? Are they the same temperature?
Well, that's why Gloria left. When I was talking to Fresh about that this morning, I was like, fuck Gloria, because she ended up leaving at the end. That sucks.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, dog, like, how many times are you going to give him this fool a chance? He's going to keep doing this shit. You fucking got your Jeopardy money, like, be out.
Yeah.
The Jeopardy scene was hilarious.
right?
I love Jeopardy.
What's a quince?
I always, yeah. And I said it too. And again, I hadn't seen it, but she had been talking about that old movie.
Right.
And when Alex Trebek is running through the TVs and the categories, and then I said, and foods that start with Q.
Right.
And for sure as shit, he's like, and foods that start with Q. I was
Yep.
like, oh God.
That's awesome.
It
though.
was simple. Like, I liked that aspect of the 90s movie storytelling, that it was actually kind of simple.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't go into all this backstory about why Billy Hoyle was dope at ball. There was like one sentence, like, where he used to play, I played in college for a while and then didn't go anywhere. And blew. Next.
That was it. Yeah.
It's all back to balling on the street and then talking
Great
shit and the girl and...
I mean, that a lot Above the Rim was a lot of that as well.
It's true.
I mean,
Ooh,
but
I
there were
wish I
people
could've
getting
watched that.
shot out
First.
on the street, you know, like, I mean, in the very end scene there when dude
Definitely
pulls
a
gun.
more
That was a
dramatic
little more
movie,
gangsta.
but to
and then,
me,
and then Bugaloo getting his revenge on Birdie.
That's the one where
Tupac's
the
character.
dude jumps off the roof of the rooftop
Nutso.
court.
Nutso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earl the Goat. Isn't it like about Earl the Goat, Manigault, or something like that? The kid better than Jordan that didn't get the break. There's like this legend of this urban basketball legend, and I thought Earl the Goat, Manigault was him, and I thought he was in that movie.
no.
Or it was partially about him or something.
Play college ball together. Like college, nigga, you can't barely fucking read. How the hell you going to college? Is this a fucking joke? Somebody tell me this is a fucking joke. Tell me, somebody. Is it a joke? Yeah, nigga, come on, I got you. Come on, B, you know how I be playing around this shit. That's what I fucking thought. College ball.
So my vote goes out for White Men Can't Jump. I think that they were dynamic together, as you mentioned on a previous episode about Money Train. I wish they would have made a couple more movies together. I thought
Right.
they were good.
I do too.
I liked Wesley Snipes there for quite a while. So as much as I love Tupac, I'm going White Men Can't Jump.
I was actually thinking about that, and I was like disappointed. Like, I wanted more Wesley Snipes. Drop Zone. I love Drop Zone.
Right.
And here we go talking about actors and other roles and shit. But Wesley Snipes, man, like the whole tax evasion thing. I was like, this guy went to prison. I was like, this guy was Blade.
I know.
Blade should have been able to cut out of the prison cell. Like, man, like bring it back. I want to see some more Wesley Snipes shit. I'm going with White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, all right.
I guess it's a unanimous vote.
There we
then.
go.
I mean,
Same
I
thing
love
Orange
Above
said.
the Rim, but
Yeah.
White Man Can't Jump is far better hilarity in the movie.
Fuck you think you talking to, man? This ain't nutso. This ain't that dope head on the roof taking orders from you. This ain't your same little brother following behind you trying to go outside. You ain't the motherfucking man no more. I'm the one. Shit has changed. It's a new day, bruh. You can't clean up your act. Suggest you raise the fuck up. Get the hell out of Dodge.
Apples and oranges, man.
Get caught up.
All right, that was a great first round. The favorite definitely came through. The next round, the other bracket, the original basketball movie, Gene Hackman, Dennis Hopper, and Jimmy, the sharpshooting kid. It's Hoosiers.
There's a tradition in tournament play to not talk about the next step until you've climbed the one in front of you. I'm sure going to the state finals is beyond your wildest dreams, so let's just keep it right there. Forget about the crowds, the size of the school, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals that we've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners. Okay? All right! Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it! Go, 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 go!
Competing against. Coming up next is this movie with my boy Michael Jordan. We spent some time together in the mid-'90s. That's why he ended up taking his little break from basketball. I got to tell you, at the Bellagio, we had some good times. He was bored. He went out there, he found some Bugs Bunny. They made Space Jam.
What are you doing here?
I gotta take you back. You got baseball practice.
I can't. I'm helping my friends in their basketball game.
Michael, do you know that your friends are cartoon characters?
Yeah, so?
No, doesn't bother you, doesn't bother me. Let me help. I can help. Let me help.
What can you do?
Well, I may not be very tall, but I'm slow. And large.
And a dork.
Oh, man.
As much as I love movies, I have to admit that I think that I would have forgot Bill Murray was in this movie if I hadn't watched it again.
Bill Murray.
Oh, did you watch it in preparation for this?
Yeah, I watched
it
today.
This is the one you went?
Out here in the morning.
I wanted to get it in.
Yeah, I got it in.
Oh, man, it's so
good
good.
for
Daffy
you.
Duck is great. Bugs Bunny's little hot, what's her name, Lola Bunny or
Oh, yeah, whatever
something
it
like
is.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you guys guess what I'm going to say?
But I think, no.
No, go ahead. You think what?
I think Hoosiers is a classic story. It's been retold a lot of times. Sometimes they change the sport. They mix it up a little bit. There's always a drunk dad holding somebody down.
What's the Denzel football one? Because that's what Nikki said when we were watching
Remember the Titans?
She's like, this is like a basketball Remember the Titans. And I was
Friday
like,
Night Lights.
except without the racism.
But it was kind of, I shouldn't say it was the first one because I don't know well enough, but it definitely seems like it was. Right. I guess there were other ones before it. I like Gene Hackman.
It's a story of hope,
Dennis
you know?
Hopper. Yeah.
And it's stood the test of time, you have to say. Yeah,
I think
Hoosiers
so.
has definitely stood. The Indiana Pacers, I think they even wore their fucking jerseys, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they wore
the
their
NBA
jerseys.
always
a
trying to
couple.
make money off them jerseys.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Like now with the logos printed right on them.
Oh, yeah, but they do a different jersey
ads.
every game so they can sell more.
No, he's talking about the
Is
ads.
that what it is?
No, I know what he's talking
Do
about.
the ads? Oh, right.
So
like with the commemorative jerseys or...
So,
yeah.
But anyways, I mean, I honestly was a little astonished at how bad the animation was. I don't think it held up because I was thinking to myself, this was the same time Toy Story was out. Why does this look so terrible?
Was it the same time Toy
Yep.
Story was out? Have you
Really?
seen, was Who Framed Roger Rabbit better?
I think so.
That holds up quite a bit.
I think so.
Yeah.
I like that movie. That's a good
Roger Rabbit?
guilty pleasure. I guess it's not that much of a guilty pleasure.
No, that's not a guilty pleasure. That's that's in people's top 10.
I'm going to go ahead and just throw down my vote.
Yeah.
I don't care about the animation. I cared about seeing his shoes, seeing the funny Bill Murray stuff. Even the guy who was Kramer was in that movie. Was great. He was fucking great.
How old were you in 1996?
15. Turning 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I even got the shoes now. Space Jam shoes that he wore on the Toon Squad court.
Well, speaking of shoes, I'm going with the old Chucks, man. I'm going Hoosiers. They were the classics. It is the classic.
I'm going
Hoosiers.
Space Jam, sir. Space Jam.
I don't want to do it.
Too bad.
I don't want to do this. Well, and here's why I don't want to do it. I am not particularly on one side of the line. There's something...
We're making you vote on the movies that you're kind of...
Well, there's a phrase that I utter often throughout the FOB, and that's why I said, you guys want to guess what I'm going to say.
You gotta go.
You're going to say Space Jam.
No, I mean, guess what phrase do I often say during the FOB?
Like, anyways? Whatever. It's a hard decision.
I haven't seen this movie.
Oh.
That's right.
And I haven't seen either of these movies.
Oh my God! So we need to get like an outside vote here.
No, I think we just got to go with what the shitheads say.
Okay.
Yeah. Why don't
they
you
already
do that,
voted? We got to do this right now.
Yeah.
The shitheads voted. We got to go.
Shitheads. We are going with what you came up with and who had the higher rank based on each of the rankings filled out by SurveyMonkey. And it looks like, I wish I had a fucking drum roll right now. Space Jam at 6.17%. Hoosiers?
I think it was 8.
6.83, and it is Hoosiers.
So it was almost a tie all the way through the voting even. Damn. I don't feel as bad now. Sorry, fuckers.
It's open! Come on, Michael, it's game time. Get your Hanes on, lace up your Nikes, grab your Wheaties and your Gatorade, and we'll pick up a Big Mac on the way to the ballpark.
Is that Newman?
All right, this is right where I thought we were going to be. If you didn't think that this is where we're going to be, make sure you go to my website, thecrapper.com. I give you the odds on everything that they're giving odds for.
Odds.
Yeah. Take those odds, you win a handful of pennies.
The winner of the first round, white man can't jump.
This?
Jimi Hendrix.
No, I know who it is, but why are you playing Jimmy?
Well, because I like to listen to him.
Oh, you like to listen. That's what the fucking problem is. Y'all listen.
Well, what am I supposed to do, eat it?
No. You're supposed to hear it.
Hey, I just said I like to listen to it, man.
No. There's a difference between hearing and listening. See, white people, y'all can't hear Jimmy. You listen.
What the fuck are you talking about? His drummer was white.
Get the fuck out of here. Jimi Hendrix's drummer was not white.
Yes, he did. Yo, check it out. See?
This is a picture.
Whole damn band is white except for Jimmy.
This is a fucking picture, man. This is airbrush bullshit. Jimi Hendrix did not have a white rhythm section. You cannot hear Jimmy.
It's too bad he couldn't hear the IRS when they were calling, huh? They're battling the classic Hoosiers.
That was a tasteless joke.
Look, Wade, coach is dismissed by a vote of 68 to 45.
I think we should vote again.
It's called for a revote.
All those in favor of the coach staying, say aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Nay.
Coach stays.
Oh man, we come out of that.
It's a good one.
Those are two great movies, man.
That's where I thought we were going to be.
Right. That's what.
It seemed like it was almost too much. I didn't know. Maybe with our audience, something else like Above the Rim might have pulled it out. Had a higher seed. Had Space Jam had a higher seed, it would have been here, right? But alas, it's not. It's White Men Can't Jump. It's Hoosiers.
I almost think, I don't know. I'm always very neutral with the FOB, like whatever, artist subjective opinions, blah blah blah. But this one, and I don't fucking like everybody's lists. I guess everybody doesn't like lists because when they don't see the list turn out the way they would have written the list, they're like, "Fuck your list." And I'm like, I don't want to be a list maker. But this one almost seems like it kind of filtered it out a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like the hierarchy of this one. I don't know. I thought the
It just makes it easier, I think.
I thought this was an effective FOB. We might get pictures in the dictionary on this one. Basketball movies.
So you haven't seen Hoosiers. So it's kind of hard for you to cast a vote for Hoosiers. So then I guess it's just gonna.
Oh, I'm for certainly voting for Above the Rim. So I saw
the rim.
It's
You're around too late.
It's gonna be hard to win since it already got flushed down the toilet.
I'm for sure voting for White Man Can't Jump. I saw the beginning of Hoosiers. It was just bad timing.
Well, maybe you'll watch it one day and you'll come back and wish you could have been able to change your vote. But he's going, White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate doing this. I hate Rosie Perez was hot in that when I was younger, for sure. It was kind of an introduction.
Yeah.
That's why I was
great.
Like asking you guys, this is always that question I think that's just kind of funny because sometimes there's just some differences. We talk about our childhoods a lot. So certain years I was, just a couple years older than you guys, which means I was looking at things slightly different when they came around.
You were looking at different sexual marketing.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Rosie Perez kind of like annoyed me or whatever, like later in life. I was like, she's annoying, whatever. I remember liking her when I was little, and then she got annoying, and then I hadn't seen her for a while, and then she was in this movie, and I was like, oh, this is like peak Rosie Perez.
Yeah.
And then she'd be bringing out the D's, motherfucker, D's.
Just
Rosie
for her,
Perez.
Just for her wisdom.
Yeah.
And her saying, sometimes when you win, you lose. Sometimes when you lose,
I
you
hated
win.
that shit.
And sometimes when you win or lose, sometimes you really tie. And sometimes when you tie, you really win or lose. I have to vote for her just for that.
I hated that line.
I love that
because
line. I'm sorry.
She was holding that against him. That fucking confusing ass, make no sense ass logic. She was in that line. She was holding that against him.
But that's kind of setting up his character.
Shit.
Like you said, he's an idiot. He's like eating that shit up like she's the Grand Master,
makes me crazy
the
when
Zen
you
Master
talk like
herself.
that.
So she was playing him the whole time in a movie about people hustling everybody.
See, that's okay. So
There
I
you
was
go.
going to say in this year of, hashtag Me Too, you mean pound Me Too. You shut the fuck up over there.
No, he's right. It's pound Me Too.
Hashtag Me Too. I was watching this movie and I actually viewed it like that a little bit for a second. I was like, why is it always the guy that, I don't know, is out providing, I guess. I don't know where I'm going with that. Maybe
I get it. I kind of get what you're saying.
So, if you're going with White Men Can't Jump and you're going with White Men Can't Jump, doesn't really matter what I'm going with. But I would have went White Men Can't Jump anyway.
Were you gonna do it?
Yeah, it's a baller. Can't
We're gonna
forget it.
sweep it.
Yeah.
Basketball is a voluntary activity. It's not a requirement. Any of you feel you don't want to be on a team, feel free to leave right now. Did you hear what I said?
Me?
Yes, you.
Sure, I'm just curious to know when we start.
We start when I say so.
Okay, would you kind of let me know? Because I'm kind of getting
All
tired
right,
of standing.
out of here, right now.
You kicking me out?
Yes. Don't come back until you learn to keep your mouth shut and listen.
Break my heart. Come on, Whit, let's fly this chicken coop. Didn't you say you'd rather be down at Terhune anyway? It's your funeral.
You know, Billy, when I was looking at it before, I thought it was a little high myself, man. But after reevaluating, see, I think it was just like an optical illusion and shit, right? Yo, I know what the problem is. I can't let you go out like that, man.
Get the fuck off me, man.
No, man, I'm gonna pump you up, man.
Get the fuck off!
Come on, man, you need all the help you can
Jenny,
get.
this a bet, man.
I know it.
Stop fucking around.
Billy.
Shut up, man.
Billy.
Shut up!
Billy, listen to me.
What?
White men can't jump.
All right, guys, that was a great one. Hey, thanks for having me come in. This was a good time. If you guys aren't on the email list already, make sure you email one of these guys. Go to their website, theouthouse.com. Follow them on Twitter at SSD Toilet. Hey, I really appreciate it. You guys are going to be out here for a while, right? I'm going to go inside. I'm going to talk to Mama for a little while. Then I'm out. Hey, they said look out for an email. The next one of these is going to be about Americana or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it to you guys. Peace.
Dude. Fuck that guy. Who keeps inviting that guy?
Orange. Or maybe it's Mama, because he seems to speak very freely about going in there. Are you sure you don't want to go observe Mr. Orange?
I can't move that fast. My ball bag's
Yeah, he knows when you can't leave the microphone. He's getting his time.
He just hangs out around here.
All right.
That's all right. Oh, well.
Shit.
Is he one of your neighbors? No, but why does he drive?
Yeah, why does he drive? because he just likes rolling up in that car. Hey, check it out. The Zen Master himself coming at you one more time. Good teams become great ones when the members trust each other enough to surrender the me for the we.
Wow, that's I hear like Golden State kind of talk like that, you know. They are very unselfish and don't really care who gets the accolades, I would say. But yeah, it still kind of pisses me off as a Kings fan. I have to watch this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but our time will come. I'm hoping to the stars.
Well, it looks like they're developing a team, and you're right. You know, the thing about a good team, you need a good leader, but there needs to be some longevity. So hopefully the Kings get some of that.
Yes.
You know, that steadiness that'll bring upon something a little bit better.
Too many coaches, and I'm sorry to say, but DeMarcus, you were a coach killer, bro. Like, look at the roster of coaches that they went through with you there. Like, they just could not find somebody. So that had to start over.
Well, hopefully going forward they're good. You know, I was actually a Warriors fan when I was younger. I think I may have mentioned this, but I essentially turned my Warriors fan card in when they traded Weber after his Rookie of the Year campaign. I was like, he was my favorite. He was my favorite coming out of Michigan. I was like, oh my God, the Warriors got him. This is amazing. It was like, it couldn't be any better. It was like basketball. I was like, that was the age I was playing all the time. We were outside, I like to say, the low hoops and white boy dunks, you know, having a good time. But I had to.
They're a little lower these days.
So watching the Warriors is weird because I feel like I have to defend Durant because for his decisions. But there's always that little bit of me that I can't really sell out for the Warriors. If they had been playing somebody else that I could get behind a little bit easier, I would root against them.
There was a Snoop posted this picture on IG the other day, and it showed a picture of a player coming off the Warriors bench, and it was like, if you're a real Warriors fan, tell me who this is.
Right?
Do you know who it was?
I didn't see the picture. Was it like Chuck Pierce or something?
Do you remember that show, Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
It was Mr. Cooper.
It was Mr. Cooper.
Okay,
it was
now
Mark Curry.
I see that.
It was Mark Curry.
That's
and I was like,
funny.
He's like, there was another meme that said like, this is the original Curry, and it shows Mark Curry.
Mark Curry.
I loved Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I saw one the other day where LeBron was out.
Tim Hardaway.
Oh, I love me some Hardaway. But I saw one the other day where LeBron was out running like Forrest Gump style, and there was all these people, and it was like everybody's like, "All right, LeBron, what team we rooting for next year?"
Right? Yeah.
So what?
Terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible. But that's
you brought
how
up
it
a
is.
good question, right? Though, so what?
Yeah, I mean, the NBA seems to be getting a little repetitive.
Not a little at this point. In any major sport, has there been four straight years of the same two
What's
teams?
another adjective I could to describe it?
Boring.
Yeah, exactly.
Useless. The regular season.
Okay,
well,
so
and that's what I was saying
we're
about
at
games
this point
before.
that something needs to change.
I like watching the last 2 minutes of a game.
Hypothetically, if we could change two things to shake up the NBA, what do you think? What would you do? Take any player from any team, put them anywhere. But there's only two of
Oh,
them.
how would you make
And
the
what-
league more interesting with the current players? Not what
with the
rules
current
would you
players,
change?
what
Oh, I
needs to
gotcha.
happen for next year to be more interesting to you?
I still think they should allow fights like hockey.
I'm talking about player moves, dude, not
Same-
boxing matches.
Whatever.
Let's just put them in a cage.
No, I don't want to put them in a cage, but you know, sometimes, and I think they should let
Let
them
them
do it in
check
baseball.
each other a little bit. Even that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe we don't go as
Let's-
far as
let's
punching
think
people
of-
in the face, but get a little more lenient on the fouls. That flopping shit that has been created.
Yeah, I
by
think they
foul
need to call
calls.
more technicals on flops.
Same thing with laws.
No,
Foul calls were created
this shit
to
where the
protect
guy,
people.
where the guy does a pump fake at the 3-point line and jumps
sideways.
fucking
Yeah.
sideways into somebody and throws the ball up.
There was one the
has
other
to
day,
stop.
and
That's
it's like-
fucking awful.
it's-
That's like a terrible.
I agree.
And not Stan Van Gundy, Jeff Van Gundy.
Yeah.
He was doing the calls in the finals, right? He had it right.
Yeah,
That
he
guy-
didn't like it either.
I love
There was
that
a
guy.
couple calls. Yeah, he calls it as it
Van
is.
Gundy, Jeff, we love you here in the outhouse, buddy. You tell it like it is, and we respect that.
Is it Jeff or Stan? Which
No,
one?
it's
Stan's
Jeff.
coach.
Stan's the one that looks like Ron Jeremy.
Okay.
They were both coaches because
The other one
when
was
I
coach for
started
the
thinking
Knicks.
about exactly,
Yeah.
remember when he was hanging on Alonzo's leg?
I still no. Oh, when he was trying to break up the fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least back then, they could, like, you know what I mean? We don't
I
need
do
Ron
remember
Artest
that.
running into the stands and whipping people's asses.
Right.
No,
But
that's
the
where
NBA
laws are
used to be a lot
Malice
more
in the
entertaining for the physical aspect as much as the ballet that is basketball.
That is why the foul system exists. That's why that's a deservable flagrant foul. Now, I guess whatever, we can argue that
Going
another
in the
time.
crowd and socking
That's a
people?
whole other fucking thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. Not chill.
No.
But they're so pussy now, and they show it on the replay, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I would never
Like
do
soccer
it
players.
because I wouldn't want to be on the replay. Like, I'm going to make a whole series of basketball cards, and everybody's card photo is going to be of you flopping. Would you do it? You don't want to be posterized. You don't want to be the guy in the Vince Carter poster that's getting dunked on.
No, you're right.
Why are you going to be a bitch?
I'm going to say real quick to everybody listening, if you guys haven't listened, Aussie Man Reviews. Do you guys know who he is? He's this funny dude. He looks at videos. Check out the soccer versus Australian rules football or rugby players. It's hilarious because the soccer guys flop like the basketball players are getting to
they're
now, right?
fucking bad.
Oh, yeah. You flick them on the ear and the guy loses it. And
twice
then
as bad.
in rugby, they're
Maybe more.
lighting dudes up, and you can see Tweety Bird on the video. And the dude's just like...
They have enough time to animate it.
Yeah.
That's how long it takes, and it wastes everybody's time. It lengthens the now. Basketball games are short, so it's cool. You can knock out a basketball
you want people
game.
to get knocked out there, man. Like,
I'm not saying let them
I don't
throw,
want them to
but
get knocked out there. I just think everybody needs to quit acting like a bitch. And if we were allowed to be a little more aggressive and a little more physical, which would present natural repercussion, everybody would be a lot nicer. Everybody would be a lot better. Everybody would be a better basketball player.
Okay, not just people. Not just person, but in particular, I've known women that know full well you can't hit them.
Exactly.
And so they push it too far.
And I hate
then
to
you
say
meet
it, but
guys
that's why a
too-
lot of people get fucking hit because people don't have self-control
Yeah.
and they fucking do something stupid. But
Yeah.
it's like, okay, both sides. Yeah, granted, he committed the ultimate sin. Fuck him, whatever. But you pushed that button every fucking day.
So
and
they
sometimes you went back for seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
So, Bill Lambier used to clothesline dudes when they came in the line.
Bill Lambier,
Right? And he got
savage.
a technical. That's it. Dude, done.
Yeah.
What if Kurt Rambis got a concussion? Who gives a fuck? He gets one free throw. Right?
The
if they
financial
brought that
fine
back,
should be enough.
That's the being able to throw to guy, right? That kept some people honest. Now, in basketball, it's much more physical because the guys are bumping up against each other, whereas in baseball, it's more about showing people up, right? But if a dude used to hit a home run and show somebody up, the next dude was catching one in between the shoulder blades.
Right.
So you didn't show up the pitcher to protect your teammate. In basketball, you didn't drive the lane on the bad boys because they were going to fucking hammer your ass. And you were going to remember that next time you came down the court. They can't hammer him anymore. LeBron, though, can clear out the lane with one arm while he shoots with the other.
Yeah.
And they don't call shit. And that drives me crazy, and that's why I don't like him.
Well, that's not his fault, though. That's just them giving him a pass.
No, you're right. It's not his fault.
He's
I guess.
fucking so big and so strong.
One
and it's
thing
like,
that
what are you going to do?
I liked, and again, this seems to happen with everybody. Bring it back to Adam Sandler. Everybody loves you for a while, and then it's cool to hate you.
Yeah.
And LeBron was like the man, and now he's old, and people root
He-
for different
no, no,
people
no.
and shit. But so
The decision is not just he got old and now people hate on him. The decision was incredibly egotistical, and I thought terrible idea, and that's when I turned on LeBron.
What was egotistical and
when
terrible
he
idea?
set the whole hour aside and he sat down and they made this
Going to
huge
South-
and I'm
taking
taking
my
my
talents
talents
to
to South Beach. That's when people turned on him. He deserved that.
I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Maybe some people don't think he deserves the hate because, like Kevin Durant, he has the right to go. And to me, I think he should have done it more quietly. I could be fucking wrong. I am wrong a lot. So,
Right.
but that's when I turned on him personally. Is when he said, "I'm going to take my talents to South Beach." I was like,
Yeah, they probably
Kevin
paid him to
Durant
do
tweeted that he
though.
was going to the Warriors, I believe. That's the comparison between the two.
Right.
So,
Right.
anyways,
I don't
what
know.
about? So that's enough about the state of basketball today. What about when we were kids? Right? I mean, I don't know about you guys. I used to play so much basketball, my feet hurt.
Hell yeah.
I remember this one time my grandparents were visiting from New York, and it was after dinner, and I was wearing jeans. I was wearing like baggy jeans, and I went down there and I was talking to people like in the court where we used to live, the neighborhood people we used to hang out with, and all of a sudden like a game of ball broke out, and we're balling, and I'm out there for way longer than I meant. And we're all sitting on the porch with the grandparents having fun. I was like, I'm gonna go say hi to these people real quick. Come back like 45 minutes later, sweating in jeans, and they're like, "You play ball in jeans?" I was like, honestly, this shit just like broke out. Like,
right.
we just got into this game.
I don't show up at the gym.
I
in
didn't
my
intend to be
Levi 501.
And I was like, you know what? It's kind of late. You guys are probably gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go change, get some shorts on, and we're gonna play again. You know, like we went out there, and that was kind of like in the peak of it. I used to jam on that hoop, And I'm saying jam now because I just watched White Man Can't Jump. Damn straight I can jam. Fuck you, Billy Hoyle. You shouldn't have lost $2,500. I'm mad about that. But we used to play out there all the time, and I would dunk. And my favorite move, it was a half court. And my favorite move was to check it in, and I would get it, and I would run it to the back right in 3-point land, and I was fast. So I would always break to the hoop. And then people would be like, how you guard the dude running the hoop? So, like, every now and then, though, I would front like I was going to break to the hoop and then pull back and hit this fadeaway 3. It was my favorite move because then when it went in and it was a swish, it was crisp.
Yeah.
It was just like...
It's a good feeling getting a swish.
It was this neighbor's house, and I did that move so many times on people, and the neighbor was a smoker, and he would come out there. He was like a radio. He was an advertiser. He produced like ads, like commercials or something, and he was cool, and he had this court in his yard, and we would play it, and he had the cool flat driveway and shit, but he would come out and smoke, and he worked from home, and he was like a chain smoker, so he was always out, and the kids were always playing on his yard. One time he made us sign waivers, and I asked my mom, she wouldn't sign the waiver, so somebody told me in junior high about like the backpack crumble fold forged letter or something. So I like smushed this letter in my backpack, forged my mom's signature, and be like, Mom said I could play ball. And I told her about that one day. She was none too happy. But that wasn't the first time I got in trouble for forging her signature. But anyway, so we used to play ball. And this one time, he's out there smoking. And he's reserved to like the walkway out his front door, the little piece of concrete leading to the driveway. Because I have him in the back right corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing the dribble and shit. And this guy's got maybe like a half a foot on me. This guy's bigger. And fucking I'd pull the move. I run up, pull back, fadeaway 3, crisp swish. And the neighbor's like... Oh! It felt so good.
Felt like 15,000 people cheering for you.
My God. I had this Jason Williams jersey. I actually still have it. It's a Nike jersey because they were Nike and then for years. And then they went to Adidas? Or was there another one in there? Maybe there was 2 brands in there. And they just switched back to Nike like last year or something. So it's super cool again.
They're wearing Nike for the first time actually on the court.
In a while.
Ever.
They weren't Nikes before? Those were just replicas or whatever?
They never had Nike as their official jersey.
The NBA
on
didn't?
Court. Yeah, before this year.
Who was it?
I think Reebok had it for a long time.
Did they?
Reebok had it for a little while. Majestic? No, that's baseball.
Anyway, I still have this J. Will jersey. I fucking love it.
I had a Stackhouse jersey from the fucking Sixers.
Really?
It was one of those cheap ones though, were all iron on. Not like that baby one I got.
I
that
could
stitched.
go through the ones that are in my closet right now.
Yeah.
That are just classic. I got a Gary Payton Sonics jersey.
That's
cool.
a nice one.
Yeah.
I had a Weber Warriors one, but like I said, I probably threw that shit away. I probably burned it. I made fun of all these dudes that were burning their NFL tickets and shit.
You had a Weber's Warriors jersey?
Oh yeah,
and you burned it.
Probably. I threw it away.
Is fucking,
it's gone.
Was that?
I was mad, dude.
Did
it
they
wasn't
trade him
his
to the
fault.
Bullets?
Yeah, remember he got reunited with Juwan Howard, and then when he came back to the Kings, I was like, "Oh, that's convenient because that's my other choice from the hometown." Right. So I started rooting for the Kings then, and I mean, I'm loyal, you know what I mean. But I think franchises have a responsibility to their fans, and I think trading away the Rookie of the Year is fucking ridiculous.
Well,
because he didn't get along with the coach.
The next year, did they trade him the next year?
After his Rookie of the Year season, he got traded.
Sophomore year was
Bullets.
Bullets.
Like he won Rookie of the Year, and then he put on a Bullets jersey.
It's
crazy. I hated that. So that's why I quit rooting for the Warriors when I was young. I was a big Rung TMC fan, man. I had all the posters. I had a Sprewell poster. I had Mullen, Hardaway. I had them all.
Do you remember when Sprewell choked the coach?
Oh, yeah.
PJ
Carlissimo.
Was your dad hella pissed when that happened?
My dad?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Really
Why
care?
is your dad?
My dad was pissed when that happened.
Yeah, there was a lot of pent-up anger in there.
Yeah.
So we used to play in the pool, but we didn't have hoops. So what we did was we took 2 5-gallon buckets, filled them with water, which you need a backstop. So we would just take chairs from the patio shit, put some weight on them so they didn't move when you threw the basketball against it, and that was our our hoop, and we get out
Right.
there, and you're banging because just like you're pushing each other around. You're in the pool. You can't move fast. That's all it
That's
is.
the
It's
beauty
like
of basketball. You
it's
play it in the
murder
pool,
ball.
too.
We call it. Yeah. We call it murder ball at my mom's house now because we're just all over each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we learned the hard way when we were kids that the bottom of the pool may feel smooth. But when you're pushing against your buddies all day and you guys are like teenagers and you're kind of just
Your feet are a little raw.
a little, dude,
I've been there.
socks would stick all, like you get home and try to take your socks off, they'd be stuck to the blister that you had. Yeah. So we started playing in our socks to protect our feet. But it worked.
The games
they
were
would
that
fall
intense.
off. Oh, we would bash. All of our
ball's
games growing up were intense. We were playing one day against my dad and his buddy Sean. Rest in peace, Sean. And we were playing, and my buddy throws up an alley-oop, or I throw up an alley-oop to Pepto, who's coming here next week, actually.
I'm excited to meet him in person.
Yeah. Here next week?
Shout out Petro.
Yeah. So my dad's buddy Sean. So Pepto hit him with a backdoor cut. He'll tell this story next week. Hopefully we have the same memory about
This
it.
is why I want a pool so bad.
I know. Oh, no, this was outside. This wasn't in the pool.
Start digging.
So Pepto goes up for the
I'm
oop.
gunning.
Sean is pissed he gets burned, so he just decides to push him in the back. And much like in Space Jam, he wraps around the pole of the little, like we have out front here. We had one of those hoops out in front of the house. And we were like, foul. And they're like, are you bleeding? No. No blood, no foul. Let's go. So that's how they played. The old guys didn't mess around.
Right.
They couldn't jump no more. My old man quit playing with me when he couldn't reach as high as, or jump as high as I could reach.
Right.
What's the point? Couldn't grab a rebound.
I'm
anymore.
about at that spot. Right?
What do you say, son? You want to go golf?
Yeah, exactly. Kick your ass at that.
Oh,
We
man.
gotta get the girls playing golf. Well, Nikki plays. Has KGB
She
played?
wants to learn.
No, because it's
Basketball?
something we can all do
What?
until we're old. Golf.
Oh, golf.
Old man sport.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, pool basketball. Last 4th of July was fun. When's the last time you had a dunk
man.
contest?
That was a lot of fun
With a bunch
until
of
I
guys
went home
drunk.
at like 7:30.
That's all right.
No more hash for the party goers. Holy smokes. That was my first true, I think, dive into being in control of hash. Because I'm not a long lifetime smoker, you know?
Right.
And so
And now you
I
handle
was
it like
just
a pro.
Oh, dude,
What a
I was
time a year
just
makes.
sprinkling the hash on top of those
You
bowls.
fucked
like
Mangito, too.
Oh,
he went and hid in
dude.
his room for a goddamn hour.
I bet. That was bad.
It was funny. We
Yeah.
kept blowing you up. I thought you went
Oh.
home to fuck.
No.
Or, well, you had neighbors.
I was
so
out.
or you had friends or something. So I
My
thought you
one
went
buddy
to
came by, yeah.
entertain your friend or something. Is he
No.
a coworker?
Yeah.
Does he listen?
No.
Shout out guy.
Shout out guy that don't listen.
I don't know. That was
So-
a fun. That was fun times.
Yeah.
Well,
So
fuck. I thought the finals were boring.
they were boring.
To wrap
man.
it up, the NBA.
You think they need to change?
I think we never got to the two moves that I wanted you to make.
Oh, so one was allow fighting or not fighting.
He wants realistic moves.
No, but make
he
it.
really wants to put him in a cage.
No, make it. No, I don't.
Sponsoring
I don't.
The NBA.
That would be kind of cool. LeBron's a jack motherfucker, dude.
UFC versus NBA.
Come on.
It's like a fucking
Would
video
you
game.
see LeBron get in a ring with Draymond?
Oh, I've paid.
Oh,
Would you
that.
pay to see
oh,
that?
absolutely.
I don't.
Who
I,
wouldn't pay to see
I don't know if I know accurately, but I'm pretty sure LeBron would kick his ass.
I think
You
he
think
would.
so?
I think so. Draymond's got that. He's not. The thing about LeBron is that he was in high school. He looked like a man.
Oh yeah, full
He's
on.
always had them defined
big
shoulders. He
dude.
just I don't know how strong he actually is. He looks like he's strong, and he's 6'8", which means he's got some.
I mean,
He
they're
spends
not
power
over
coming.
$1 million
They're
just
not
on
inflatable
his
muscles.
body every year.
Oh, I bet.
To keep his
Why
body.
wouldn't you?
Really?
Right.
Well, if
Invest
you're
Yeah,
the
like
man,
Brady. Yeah.
Invest
Well,
in your.
And that's what I was talking about. So there was this stat on the one of the commentators brought it up during either the playoffs or the finals, but within the last month or so, and they're like, everybody from LeBron's class is either retired, on the way out, or bounced the league a long time
Right.
ago. This fool is still ascending as far as statistics
In
go.
fairness, he is a couple years younger than most of those guys were.
Even
Because he was a high schooler.
Okay, even still though,
But he is still above.
he's still performing at a level that's better than
He's
most
an
of the
athletic
players.
freak, which is my argument against him. I had this with my family the other day. I think he's overrated in the sense that he athletically can just outperform a lot of people, but I think he actually shies away from the big moment. And I think if you gave me like a cabin with a high-speed internet and all the NBA games, I could put together like a documentary, and you'd be like, this dude is a bitch.
Well, but you give me the bitch compilation, I guarantee you I can make a highlight reel compilation. We'll make a yin and a yang on that shit, and
there's
it'll
no
be
doubt,
the A and the
but
B
I didn't
side.
say he wasn't athletically gifted. You can make a highlight, but he doesn't. I don't know.
Rabble.
How many times did he have Curry on his back and pass the ball? It was ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous when they put Curry on him. I was like, why are you having Curry guard LeBron?
Switches. They don't have a lot of choices.
But then when they double team him, I was like, take that as a compliment, dog. And he's still bigger than him. He's this big dude, and they got these two little fucks like scrapping at him. I was like,
the ball.
And passes. What are you gonna do when you double team?
No,
you're gonna get into a
he
foul
passes the ball
situation.
so
They're gonna foul you.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky has the most goals, but he has more passes.
Yeah,
it's not the goal. It's the assist.
No,
it's the team. But speaking of team, how many of those games did LeBron have like 50 points and
but
the other dudes had like?
It doesn't matter if he's giving the ball up in the third quarter of a tight game when he has Curry on his back. He intentionally does that. I'm convinced that
What does he intentionally do?
He is afraid of the big moment. He wants to leave wiggle room to blame other people for his failures.
Oh, if it doesn't work out.
Yes, he should have been dunking on Curry. I'm sorry, but he outweighs that dude by a truck.
That's why I think it's ridiculous when Curry covers him.
Well,
it's like, if that dude was covering me, I would dunk on him every chance I can.
Exactly, and he doesn't. He passes a ball, and then he can hide under the guise of, well, I got to give my teammates a chance. You know what else he's famous for that I don't think he catches enough shit for? Is holding onto the ball for 20 seconds, passing it to a teammate with 3 seconds left, and they throw up a terrible shot, and he's like, well, my teammates aren't knocking down the shots. No shit, asshole.
That was the last ditch effort. You took 20 to try to take the shot. And you
maybe
didn't take
I'm
the
just
shot.
an old, slow, fat white guy, and it don't matter. My opinion don't mean shit, right? Everybody's got an asshole, but I think that he shies away from the big moment. I think that he's always shied away from it. He occasionally gets his opportunity, and he hits it. And I'm not saying he's not a freak athlete. I just don't think he has if he had Jordan's killer mentality, the guy would have. He'd be killing it.
Well, and that's what everybody keeps wanting to make this list or keep saying who's the best of all time. And some people say Kobe, some people say this guy, that guy, that guy. And I'm like, every time I'm like, Jordan. Nobody can fuck with Jordan. And that meme the other day, what was the one? It was like, so if I go to a girl's house 6 times and I hit it 6 times, and you go to a girl's house 6 times and you only hit it 3 times, who's the winner? Like, and I was like, and it was a picture of Jordan with the Jordan smile, and I was like, yeah, man. Oh, the one other meme that I thought was funny, because everyone likes to roll on Jordan with the Jordan cry face, and it was a quote of Jordan that said, so can we use the LeBron cry face now for some memes? Or
So does it matter with this greatest of all time thing? It doesn't really matter. It's a generational
doesn't
thing.
matter.
It's a generational thing, and every generation is going to say something different, period.
Well, because what happens when somebody comes up to you and even...
It says Bill Russell was the greatest player of all time.
Or Wilt Still, or even Magic Johnson to a degree.
Right.
And I was on the young side of that, obviously. I don't have the full understanding, but I was still around in the era. Larry Magic or Jordan. I'm still picking Jordan. Bulls versus Blazers. That was a good game. It was cool. Clyde Drexler, Clyde the Glide. It's cool.
You had to see Jordan play.
We bought it for Jordan.
Live. Like, that shit was unbelievable. I didn't even know what I was watching. I thought what was basketball.
Yeah. I remember one time
was basketball to me.
I remember one time we were watching the All-Star game in my room, and I had a cool room, man. There was so much cool shit. By the time I ended up moving out, there was only a walkway. It was like a Tetris L. You could walk in this way, and you could go this way, and then you could jump on the bed or hop behind this desk. But it was just stacked wall to wall. Every inch of the wall and the ceiling was covered. One day we were in there watching the All-Star game, and it was like we were out in the day, and then we go back to the room and like whatever. And then we're watching the end of the All-Star game, and Jordan's on the Wizards at this time. And Jordan comes through, and it was a breakaway. Jordan's going down the path. He's at the free throw line. He's going to go through. Oh, my God. Air Jordan is flying. Clang. He missed a dunk. He missed an Air Jordan shoe logo dunk.
I think I remember that.
Off the front of the free throw line, and it pinged off, and then they got it and ran back down the court. And I remember my heart sinking a couple beats. I remember feeling like I got punched, and I was like, I started thinking about mortality and shit, and I was like,
Father Time.
Oh
is
my
undefeated.
God! I was like, that can't happen. And
undefeated.
You don't make me feel better.
We could argue why
No.
I don't like Jordan on a whole other episode. Only
Why don't you like Jordan?
Only because after he came back from his retirement, when apparently him and Crapper were hanging out, you couldn't breathe on Jordan without them calling a foul, and I just thought it was ridiculous.
Oh, like he was
I guess
protected
it's
'cause he's
technically
like
not
the
his
god.
fault, but yeah, it became ridiculous. You couldn't touch the guy.
I don't think that's his fault.
So-
I think that's the politics, and I think that's what we're talking about. We still haven't got past one, but I think the one that we're constant on is not necessarily full-blown fistfights, but let's make it a little bit more physical. That'll make the league a lot better.
So is LeBron James going for the the all-time scoring championship? Do you
I don't
think
know how
he's
far
going
away
for
he
those
is.
points?
If he could throw in a bunch more years, he
At
set
this
a
rate,
record the other
dude, he
day.
just set the record
What
for.
was
He's
it?
the oldest guy that ever led the league in regular season minutes and playoff.
That wasn't
minutes.
the one I heard. I heard
Oh.
he
He's
has
playing
the
more-
most. He has the most finals baskets now, or something.
Oh, really? He
something
might.
like that.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
he's just
Been around a long time.
He keeps racking up this
Yeah.
shit. If this guy could,
It's
throw,
his league.
Say he throws another 5 years down.
Of legit same level.
He's gonna break
maybe
all
a
the records.
20% drop. Maybe.
Oh. Dude, Vince Carter was
It's
on
got-
the Kings
it's-
this year, dog.
Yeah, but he's not the Vince Carter of young
Right, he's
Toronto
40,
Raptors.
and
yeah.
he's 40.
And there's
Dude.
nothing wrong with that. That's a part of his career. But how long can LeBron? How long
Barring
can he sustain
injury?
it?
I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying.
Well,
when does his body break down eventually?
Yeah, but his body's going to stay intact a lot longer if the
Right.
NBA keeps giving him favoritism.
Right.
I really liked it. My favorite game of the year that I saw this year. I was trying to get more into basketball this year. I watched a few Kings games, but it's just like there's just not enough time in a day to fully follow two sports. Like I'm still way baseball heavy, and I was trying to get more into basketball because again, I forgot how much I love basketball.
I know how you can do that.
What? Win the lotto and just watch sports?
Be single.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
That gives you some extra time.
Yeah, I'm not giving any of that shit up. But I mean, I just had a kid, man. And besides, fuck that. Anyway,
I was fucking with you.
No, I get it. I
got
get
you.
it. I get it.
It's all
I'm the king of the tangent. I'm the king of the ramble. I'm
No, he's saying he
rambling
has
my-
way too much free time. He can follow. He's following up on Canadian fantasy football. I tried to find us a Canadian fantasy football league for real. I can't find one. I think it's a moneymaker.
When does it start? Because I'm
like next week.
Ah, really?
Yeah, we gotta get on. that.
What team is Johnny Football on?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
Who's Johnny Football? Is that a
Johnny
Simpsons
Manziel?
character?
Johnny
No,
Manziel.
he went to the
He's
Canadian
playing in
Football
like
League.
CFL.
Oh, from
Yeah.
America.
So if we're on a Canadian football, I guess that wraps it up for basketball.
No,
or-
real quick. I wanted to say about Vince Carter.
Oh.
The best. So I'm trying to watch more games this season. We can cut right to Canadian football. So Vince Carter this year, I'm trying to get back into the Kings games a little bit more. I'm watching a couple of games. I watched this game, and Vince Carter is on a tear. It is like Toronto Raptors. Raptors Vince Carter.
Oh, he had
He's
some
fucking
this
it
year,
up.
yeah.
It was probably against the Warriors too.
No, you know who it was against? The fucking Cavs.
Oh, really?
He was like, "Oh hell no! I saw this guy come up. I'm still here. I'm gonna
Kinda
show
throwing
you."
it down.
Oh,
I
for
ain't as good as
sure.
I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Right?
He
Isn't
was
that the same?
rocking
I
it.
like
He
that.
was taking
Yeah.
it to him.
It's a Toby Keith
He
song.
set some kind of record that game. I don't
For
know if
like
it-
being a 40-year-old. No, I think
It was
he
like
had
some
a couple,
kind of triple-double,
Dude, the
like there
guy's
was something-
He's also a freak.
They
There's
were
no doubt.
screaming. Grant Napier was like, "It's Vinsanity tonight. If you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball." Like it was fucking intense, and I was like, "Damn!"
Might
Like
have to
that
poo
was
sign
sick.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with Grant. Fuck that fool.
And I was like, "This is sick." I didn't know Vince Carter was on the Kings until I turned on a game. I was like, "I'm gonna watch Kings game." We're like 6 games in, and they're like, "Coming in off the bench, Vince Carter." And I looked up from my laptop, like, "Huh?" went back to my laptop. They're like, "Yeah, Vince Carter of the Sacramento Kings." I was like, "Really?" And I looked up, and it's sure as him. He's adjusting his headband,
Right.
getting ready to go out. I was like, so I immediately text Erratic because he's the biggest Vince Carter fan in the world. I was like, "Dog, I just heard the news." He's like, what do you mean that shit I learned like 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Whenever they signed him or whatever. I don't know how long ago it was, but
He's
anyway.
over there. He's already in his jersey. He's chilling. So, hey,
Anyway.
basketball was great, man. I think we can all agree on that. Like, it's fun to talk about some of the old days. It's fun to argue about sports. We haven't done that a lot. We've said that before. We're not a sports podcast, but you know what?
Every now and then
That's
you throw
part
it
of
in.
what we're doing because everybody out there wants to listen.
It's
There's
more-
a lot of people pissed off at the Warriors right now. That's for sure. So
Why are a lot of people pissed?
because haters gonna hate, man.
Haters gonna hate. And
Maybe
fuck
they
'em.
need to listen to my boy, the Zen Master himself, Mr. Phil Jackson.
Yo, in basketball, as in life, True joy comes from being fully present in each and every moment, not just when things are going your way. Of course, it's no accident that things are more likely to go your way when you stop worrying about whether you're going to win or lose and focus your full attention on what's happening right this moment. And that comes back to what I was saying earlier, living in the now versus in the past or the future. Because if you're too overcome by what's going to happen in the future with preparation, that's why it's like there's too much preparation sometimes, or you're too much regretting things that happened in the past or relishing in things that have happened in the past. If you're relishing in past successes, it's like, okay, but you got to do it again because you have to sustain the success. You can't just like win $1 million one day and then lose $1.5 million the next day. Because the story about you winning $1 million when you're a crackhead on the street isn't going to fucking amount to dick, besides maybe another blowjob that you get to give. So it's like, yo, that's all about P3. That's what it is. And I want to just give another shout out to basketball real quick. The homie Troy, rest in peace. We lost one of our best friends to the fucking lymphoma cancer when we were like 22 years old. He was the basketball king. He was the one that was all about getting us all out on the court when all we wanted to do was smoke weed and chill. He would smoke weed and chill with us, but then he got us up off our ass and made us fucking play some basketball. So we would play basketball 3 times a fucking day in this court I was telling you guys about. I swear to God, I used to be able to dunk on people. We used to play a fucking lot. And we got good at it, and we were in the best shape of our lives. Cancer took this motherfucker. We still love you, dog. And rest in peace, man.
Hey, guys, make sure you go over to Twitter. I got my new shirt up for Same Shit, Different T-shirt. And, hey, check out at Mama KGB, or at Mama_KGB, and at Tangelo SSDT. That's right, the kid got on there, too. And, of course, me, your man, at Mr_Orange25. Check out what's going on with the Orange Clan, man. It's going to be a weird summer. All those little oranges are gone, and we're going to have fun. The outhouse is empty, so stop by, say hi, sign up for some emails, and finally, it's actually going to happen. I transferred it. The file's ready. Deep in the Outhouse #1 with my boy is coming out. Go ahead, buddy.
Hell yeah, man. I am the DuffMan. Catch me at DuffMan916 on IG and the Twitter. Search SSDT on the Apple Podcast app, Podbean, any of those motherfucking apps you listen to podcasts on. Download and listen to the show, shitheads. Thanks for listening.
Yo, hit up your boy Fresh on the Twitter at JT_Fresh with a 3, not an E. And make sure you get your hashtag up. Hashtag SSDT. Hashtag Zen Challenge. Hashtag Zen Fresh. Hashtag Phil Jackson. Zen Master.
Hashtag positively positive positivity. Hashtag
right,
P3
hashtag
in this
P3
motherfucker.
shitheads.
Hashtag Zen Challenge. Hashtag Zen Fresh. Hashtag at Mr. Orange in your motherfucking ass. Biatch!
Hey, remember, guys, you can catch us, SSDT. Search for it on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and coming soon, some crazy YouTube videos for your asses. So have a good one, shitheads.
Adios, turd nuggets.